You know, on the slopes of Mount Kilimanjaro, your ammunition is 1,000 miles away, and you know, once it's run out, you're down to bayonet fighting. And it was often it was an amusing story when because obviously where these chaps were fighting, it was in the Tetsi belt, so there was no roads anyway in a lot of places. There was very little by way of motor transport, and there was no horse or oxen transport. So all of the loads had to be carried on porters' heads that were called tenga, which means carry. And obviously the loads would be taken and dropped at a certain place, and then you would select your own load. And of course the tenga would come in and see the smallest box and say, well, I'll have that. But of course they didn't realize that all of the chop boxes, the food boxes, were made up to about 55 pounds, whereas the small boxes were the ammunition boxes that weighed 70. But once you touch that box, that was yours. yeah. And that's certainly something that the Commission is doing now. The non-commemoration committee, they're doing a huge amount of work to find the names of these porters, these tenga, because they were in some cases recruited, and in other places it was just like, this way, get those carried, sort of thing, yeah. And they died in their tens of thousands, often not commemorated at all. And now there's a huge amount of work going on to go back through the records, such as they were, to identify the names, to identify burial places. So there's a huge amount of work being done with that, which is very, very valuable.
We've commissioned architects to create a new memorial.
Yeah.
For them. There's one in Nairobi, which has already been completed, I think, and we've got a whole team of staff working on that, so that every individual, because we've said several times on the tour that the name of the person is important, and we haven't necessarily adequately commemorated each of these individuals by name. So where possible, as Dave says, but you can read we're doing 6 monthly or quarterly reports on progress on that on the website, and it is really interesting. There's been some fantastic discoveries. We discovered something like 5,000 names in a box under some civil servant's desk in Nairobi, and then all of a sudden you find out, yes, these are the guys we're looking for. So we're making very good progress, and it's something we're very happy to address.
Very, very, very worthwhile. That's sort of like one of the reasons why I often do, you know, sort of you might think, what on earth he's doing, like, what's some Malawi and guy fighting in Malawi doing here, like, sort of thing. But it does bring home sort of like the whole idea of a worldwide conflict and the commemoration in perpetuity and inequality sort of thing, and that's certainly huge efforts are being made to address that now.